So today I'm going to take you through a strength training workout using one of these loop resistance bands, the circle band. We'll go through 2 sets of 10 repetitions for each exercise. We're going to start with our upper body. I'm going to do them standing. You can certainly do them seated. We're going to start with a tricep extension. So we're going to press one arm down and then slowly come back up. So this other arm stays nice and close by your thigh. Good. We're going to do 10. You want to do 8 to 12 repetitions to the point where at the end of those few reps, your muscles are feeling tired, like you've worked. That's how you know you have the right amount of resistance on the band. Good. This is 6. Good. We'll do 2 more. You should be feeling this in the back of the upper arm, that tricep muscle. Good. So right in here is where you should feel that. We're going to switch and do the other side. So this arm's going to anchor. We're going to press down, forward, and slowly come back up. When you're doing any kind of strength training, you want to make sure you're not holding your breath. So I'm breathing in and I'm breathing out. Good. This is 8, 9, and I'm starting to feel that muscle fatigue, so I know I have the right amount of resistance on my band, and that's 10. Good. So now we're going to switch. We're going to work our bicep right here in the front of the arm. So I'm going to anchor, have my left arm straight, my right arm I'm going to bend up, and then slowly back down. You want to think about making sure your posture is good, so your head is up, shoulders are down and back. I don't want to see this happening, shrugging up. Good, 2 more. Good, we're going to switch and go right to the other side. So that other arm. So we do recommend 2 days a week of strength training. When our muscles are stronger, the heart doesn't have to work as hard. And having strong muscles also helps with our balance, our posture, our independence, strength, bone health. Good, 2 more. Good. So now we're going to switch and we're going to work one of the muscles in the upper back, our lat right here. So we're going to bring the arms up overhead and we're going to pull one arm down. Think about that elbow squeezing back and then the arm comes back up. Good. Breathing out and breathing in. Good, we're going on 8, 9, 1 more. Good, if you need a break, you can bring the arms down, just do a couple shoulder rolls, and then we're going to take it right over to the other side, so pulling down and over. So if you have any shoulder injuries, arthritis, tendonitis, this might not be a good exercise for you. When we're going through, all of these exercises should be pain-free. So if this doesn't feel good on your shoulder, skip this one and just continue with the others. Good. So we're squeezing down and back, really getting that lat firing. Good. 2 more. Good. And bring the arms down. We'll roll the shoulders down and back. Good. Okay, we're going to go ahead and go through a second set of 10 repetitions for each of those exercises. Starting again with the tricep. So pressing forward and down. Again, working the back of the upper arm with this exercise. Good. 2 more. Good. I'm going to switch right to the other side. If you need to take a break, you can pause the video, give yourself a minute in between sets. 2 more. Again, feel free to pause. I'm going to just continue. We're going to switch and go to that bicep. So my one arm is anchoring right here at the hip, and the other arm, I'm just slowly bending up and down, working the front of that upper arm. So these are great to do if you're watching TV or a movie, or if you've had a long day at work and didn't have time to exercise, but maybe you can fit in some bands. I like to keep my bands right near the TV, so if I haven't worked out, I can grab it. It's a good visual reminder. Good, other side. It's easy to travel with one of these resistance bands. If you're going away to visit someone or on a vacation, you can easily pack this in your bag and have a way to get some working out in while you're traveling. Good, 2 more. Good, we're gonna go right into our lat pull down. So the arms come up, we're gonna pull that elbow down and back. Good, this is 7. Good, other arm. Again, taking longer breaks in between. Just hit that pause button if you need to. And see if you really squeeze the elbow back, almost like you're trying to tuck the elbow behind you, you really get that lat firing a little bit more. Good, 1 more. Good, I'm gonna go right into my row, so you can hold the chair, get that loop right around your foot, hinge at the hips, we're gonna squeeze the elbow back, and then reaching for the foot. Good, so again, working the back, these postural muscles that help us stand up tall. Good, and I'm breathing. I know I'm breathing because I'm talking. You could be more focused on your breathing if you want to, thinking about inhale and exhale. Good, 2 more. Good. All right, I'm gonna switch to the other side. Good, that's 3. Checking in again, can you pull the belly button in towards the spine, really engage the abdominal muscles here? Is the back nice and straight? We're bent at the hip. Good, 2 more. Good, all right. Again, pausing if you need to. We're gonna do that small rotator cuff muscle. Elbows stay tucked in, and we're just pulling the hands apart. Good, 2 more. Good, then bringing the arms forward, doing that one, we're just pulling the arms apart. So my elbows are bending a little bit more on this round as I'm getting tired, that's okay. 2 more. Good, so go ahead and grab a sip of water. That's the end of our upper body circuit. We'll transition to a lower body circuit now. All right, so for the lower body circuit, I definitely want you to have a chair, or you can be doing this at your kitchen counter. The band, you have 2 options. It can go around your ankles. Around the thighs is a little bit easier. So if you're new to the band work, start with it up above your thighs, okay? So we're gonna place the legs inside, all right? So again, easier is going to be right here as we do this first series of exercises. Harder is going to be down here around the ankles, okay? So I'm gonna start with the ankles. We're gonna do an exercise for the outer hip. So I'm just gonna shift my chair a little bit there. Good. So we're gonna bring the leg out and then slowly back in. Good. So I'm working the outer hip and thigh on both sides, okay? You really feel it on the leg you're standing on. This is great for balance. It's great for strengthening through the hips. This exercise is really good if you have hip, back, or knee pain. So you can bring the foot all the way to the ground in between. If you want to challenge yourself more, you can just tap the toe or keep that leg off the ground. Good, you get a good burn through the glutes on that one. Good. So we're gonna switch and do the other leg. So same thing, out and then back in. And again, just like we did with our upper body, I'm really focused on my posture being upright, my shoulders are down and back. Can I pull that belly button in towards the spine to help support my lower back a little bit more? Good, 2 more. Good, so now I'm gonna turn, I'm gonna face my chair, and the exercise is going to be one leg going back and then coming forward. So I'm working the back of the leg and the glute. I'm not doing this with my torso, I'm leaning forward, right? My shoulders hopefully are staying pretty straight. So I'm isolating it just here. And then again, can you pull the belly button in towards the spine? And I'm feeling both legs working as those muscles are stabilizing on the leg I'm standing on. Good, 2 more. Good, and then I'm gonna switch and do the other leg. So again, take as much time as you need in between sets. And I can tap the toe down, I can keep the leg lifted, so I'm working balance at the same time. If you're feeling confident with your balance, you could do it without holding on, but I do want you to have a chair there in case you need it. Good, 2 more. Good. All right, so we've worked the sides of the hips, we've worked the back of the hips, we're gonna work the front of the hips now. So again, chairs here for balance if you want. We're gonna do a leg kick forward and then back down. So we're working the front of the hip muscles here and the thigh. I'll turn so you can see this way also. So posture, abdomen in. You can really feel that working through here. And the outer hip on that other leg I'm standing on. Good, and then I'm gonna switch other side. Good, 2 more. Good, so we're gonna do one more exercise standing for the legs here. And we're gonna do a squat where you're gonna keep the band around the legs. It fires up our hips a little bit more when we're doing it with the band. So the squat is basically as though you're gonna sit back into a chair, feel the weight in your heels, push through the heels to come up. So I'll show you that from the side. We're sitting back and then pushing up straight. So I don't wanna see knees coming forward, hips go back, push through the heels to come up. Good, this is 4. Good, and again, I'm still trying to think about my belly button pulling in, my shoulders staying upright. Good, 1 more, excellent. All right, we're gonna transition to the chair now. So we've got 2 more exercises for the lower body that we're gonna do in the chair. So we're gonna lift one leg, squeezing that quad muscle here, and then slowly come back down, good. So for this one, the band really needs to be below the knee. If it's too much tension with it being down as far as I have it, you could definitely bring it up higher, have the band maybe here. Good, so we're strengthening our quad here. Again, sitting up nice and tall, thinking about posture, continuing to breathe. Good, we're gonna switch legs, take a longer break if you need to. We'll do 2 more. Good. Now we're going to take that band, bring it up over the knees, okay? And we're going to do an exercise for the outer hip. So my feet are going to stay planted on the ground. I'm just pushing the knees out and back in. So we're working through here some of these smaller hip rotating muscles. And that's 10. Good. All right, we're going to repeat the whole lower body circuit now. Okay, we're going to repeat that circuit. You've had a sip of water there. You've had a chance to rest, and we're going to go right into that leg kick to the side. Really feeling it in those outer hips here. Good, that was 10. I'm going to switch and do the other side. Again, the chair's here for balance. Ooh, feeling the burn. All right, we're going to do, pause if you want a longer break, but we're going to transition into the kick back. So we're going to press back and forward. Good. So again, shoulders stay up, we're not hinging at the waist, belly's pulling in, really feeling the hamstring and the glute working through here. Good, one more. Good. All right, we're going to take it to the other side, same thing, kicking back. So I'm doing 10 reps. If that's too hard, you could stop at 7 or 8 reps for each set. If it's too easy, you could continue on and do 12 reps, right? You want to find that balance where you're working hard enough that 8, 7, 10, 12 reps is where you fatigue. Last one, I'm fatigued here. Good. All right. And then I'm going to transition into that kick forward, okay? So I'm getting my posture line, belly pulled in, and my leg comes forward. Good. Really feeling through the hip flexor and the quad here. I like this series because all of this standing work with the bands, we're using a lot of stabilizing muscles, even in the ankles, all the way up the leg, through the core. Good, all right. And then we're gonna do the other side. Here we go. We're trying to keep the knee as straight as you can on this one. It's okay if it bends a little bit, but we're trying to keep the knee mostly straight so we really get that quad firing. Good. All right, we're going to transition into our squat, which is our last standing exercise for the strength series. So we're going to go ahead, bend the knees, hips go back, push through the heels. Think about squeezing through the glutes to come up. Good. Exhale as you sit back. Inhale to come up. If that inhale, exhale feels backwards, do it the other way. The main thing is don't hold your breath. Hands can be here, hands can be on your chair, hands can be on the hips. Good, 2 more. Good. Grab a sip of water if you need to. I'm going to slide the chair back a little bit. We're going to transition to seated. We have those 2 seated exercises left. So we're going to start with our leg kicks. Really working this muscle here. Good, 2 more. Good. All right, other side. So your strength training doesn't really need to take more than 15 to 20 minutes, and we're looking at a goal of 2 to 3 days a week. It helps with, as I mentioned earlier, heart health. It also helps with blood sugar control if you're diabetic or pre-diabetic and working on blood sugar regulation. It's helpful if one of your goals is weight loss. It helps boost metabolism. Last one. Woo, all right. We're gonna do our last exercise. We're gonna take that band, pull it up over the knees, and we're doing our little seated clamshell. Knees push out and back in. Good, we'll do 2 more. Good, so that was just a nice total body workout, arms and legs using the little loop resistance band. Easy to travel with, easy to leave out so that it's a reminder to get your strength workouts in 2 to 3 days a week. Have some more water, make sure you stretch. All right, so now we're gonna work the mid-back. So we're gonna take the band around your foot, okay? And I'm gonna bend my knees and I'm gonna pull my elbow back and then reach down to the foot. Pull my elbow back and reach down. So I'm gonna turn to the side so you can see I'm keeping my lower back nice and straight here. I don't wanna see rounding. So the back is nice and straight and we're pulling this way. If this is not comfortable for you, then you can sit in the chair and pull back this way, okay? So we're trying to pull the elbow back, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Good, 2 more. Good. And then I'm gonna use the band on the other side and do the same thing. So if the chair is helpful for balance, you can certainly have a hand on a chair. And can you also see if you can pull your belly button in towards your spine, so we're activating the abdominals and strengthening our core as we're strengthening these mid-back muscles. Good, 1 more. These are great for posture and helping with posture if you're on a computer or sitting a lot during the day. All right, we're gonna do another exercise now for smaller muscles of the shoulders, the rotator cuff. So we're gonna hold the band this way and we're just gonna pull the arms out to the side and slowly back in. So my elbows stay tucked in and I'm just pulling the hands apart and back in. So you'll feel this in the back of your shoulders. We hear a lot about athletes getting rotator cuff injuries, or you may know people who have torn their rotator cuff, so it's important to keep these muscles strong. These would allow us to reach up overhead and lift things without having pain in the shoulders. And these are small muscles, so this might feel harder. You don't have to move the arms out as far if you're finding that it's a difficult exercise. Good, 1 more. Good, and then we're gonna bring the arms out in front, palms are down. We're gonna pull the arms out and then back in. Good, exhale and inhale, good. So I'm just taking my arms, pulling out to the side a little bit and back in, working the back of the shoulders and the upper back. Good, we'll do 2 more. Great.